being around that caliber of athlete and understanding the demand that it takes to show up, do this thing every day, and then that's not even good enough to get to the top. Like, there's got to be more.
Yeah.
Right. So the barrier for entry, and this is something that I took on as a coach, the barrier for entry to be an MMA fighter is that you show up twice a day. If you're going to be a professional fighter, your 2 training sessions a day are the bare minimum.
Right.
Now, that's incredibly difficult to do for like the average person. If I asked you to get up and come to 2 of these like high level training sessions a day, they probably wouldn't make it past the first session, let alone 2, let alone do that for, 5-6 days a week.
Yeah.
Right. So it's incredibly hard to show up twice a day and do that.
Yeah.
And it's still not enough.
Right. Is that on top of weightlifting and,
it's not even that. It's all the other things. So yeah, so we'll say like the strength training would be considered maybe one of your training sessions, but it's the sleep that you're getting. It's the company that you're keeping so that you can maintain a focus, right? And I think that's the thing. It's the ability to maintain a focus. Sometimes you go do these training sessions and then you're checked out the rest of the time, focused on girls, which is a big problem for me when I was fighting. Like I was like, when I wasn't training, I was focused on a lot of other things.
Right.
And then I saw how that was really hurting me. And I would see that all over the place. Like anything that drives focus away from the objective of being the best.
Yeah.
And the guys that I saw that were the best had the ability to maintain their focus even outside the gym.
Right. Well, you have to be obsessed with it, right? With anything I feel like you're going to do great with, I feel like have to be obsessed and have to be all in on that one thing, especially if you want to be the best, you can't be doing anything else.
Yeah. And it's really subtle and it's really sneaky because there's so many people that if you looked at the way that they devoted their life to training, you'd be like, oh my God, this guy is obsessed. But there's levels to that obsession. Like Dominic Cruz was one of my training partners, and I ended up coaching him towards the end of my coaching career. And his level of obsession, particularly during like his title run years, was something that you never seen before.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Like what? What did that look like?
It would look like, let's say there's a training session going on and Dom maybe got caught with something during the training session. First of all, Dom is not afraid to get caught with things in training. He was obsessed about going towards his vulnerabilities as opposed to running away
Meaning
from
getting
his
caught with like a punch or a kick.
Caught or punch,
not caught with like
yeah. To clarify.
So I know some people are like,
for sure.
What did he get caught
He
with?
would not be afraid to lose in practice.
Okay.
If something did give him trouble in practice, he would keep the person that gave him trouble at practice, maybe for an hour after the practice is over, to go over the thing to make sure it never happened again, right? If you ever saw how he got guillotined by Uriah Faber in his first title fight for WEC, that never happened again.
Yeah.
Right? Dom became impossible to guillotine after that because that happened to him. It would be things like if we were doing some sort of endurance challenge. I remember one time we were having a plank challenge as part of the physical conditioning that we did with our strength and conditioning coach. Me and Dom are the last 2 guys there, and we're like at 7-8 minutes holding a plank, and I just know Dom's cheating and doing all kinds of, he's not holding a strict plank, but he will not let me win.
Yeah.
And I recognized that, and I was like, and this could have been some mental weakness on my part. I'm like, I'm just gonna give it to him.
Right.
Because I know he's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There was no way he was letting me get out of there beating him in a challenge like that.